Okay, question. Do you think playing a solo board game is too geeky or weird, nerdy?
No one asked. This is the best solo game and you should play it. It's called Final Girl. Let's go over it.
Before we get into the video, we just wanted to remind you guys to subscribe. We have a giveaway at 1,000 subscribers, and comment down below if you've ever played a solo game. We want to know what you played and if you liked it.
Really quickly, for those that don't know what a solo game is, it is a game you play by yourself. And yes, it does sound geekier than usual board games, and yes, it is. But it's awesome, and this is what it is. Final Girl basically is a game where you play as the last character or the final girl in a horror film. And you're trying to take down the bad before he kills you. And this game is so awesome. They have so many varieties of different people you can go up against in different locations. It's awesome. The way the game works is basically you have a hand of cards which count as your actions, and you're going to play them. And then you have to roll dice to see on that card what action you actually took and how much time it took you to do it. Because different actions take different amount of times, because you can't just go running around killing whoever and expect no consequences, because that's no fun. But after your turn is over, once you run out of time, it's the villain's turn. And the villain usually is going to find someone and kill him. Almost every turn.
I would say
every turn. And so you have to get yourself and the victims to safety and kill the boss before he kills you. It is so much fun. It is so complicated sometimes because there's so many things going on and how can you use your time well, and it is incredible. So, our initial thoughts. Monique, what is your initial thoughts of the game Final Girl?
I was shocked.
Why?
Because I thought, like I said in the beginning of the video, I thought I would never find myself playing a solo board game. That's too geeky for me.
Yeah, it's too far off the line.
But we had heard so much about this game that I was like, okay, gotta play it, just try it out, new realm for me. And I was absolutely in awe of how much I felt like I wasn't playing alone. Granted, Trevin was right there watching me, coaching me through what I should do.
Yeah, because originally when we got the game, we only had one core box and one film box, which basically means you have one set so only one person can play. And I just watched her do it the whole time. But
he got jealous.
I got jealous, so we bought a second set so I could play at the same time.
So now we're playing a solo board game together.
So it's less geeky, maybe? Maybe it's worse. I don't know. You tell us down below if it's worse.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
But what else did you think?
Anyway, I really felt like, I think the biggest thing about this game that a lot of people do mention is the thematic element. I feel so immersed in this game. I was a little bit freaked out at first. I was like, oh my gosh, horror movies. I don't like horror movies. I was like, I can't do this. But then it was just enough scary for me.
It was super awesome. The first box we got was called The Organism. And we're going to do a little bit of kind of like spoilers per se. If you don't want to know anything about the boxes, you can just stop and just know we like the game.
Skip to the end.
If you want us to continue, here we go. So we got the Organism box, and basically you're going around and you're testing some victims to find out if they've been infected. And if they've been infected, they transform into an organism and they try to kill you, and you have to stop them.
And there's a possibility of 3 organisms in this box, whereas most other Final Girl boxes only have one villain
killer,
and
yeah.
maybe some other things going on. It just depends.
So it's really crazy, and that was our first box, so we really just dove ourselves into it.
Which I don't know if I would recommend for everyone. We were talking about, because the first main box called
Hans.
Camp Happy Trails.
Yeah.
With Hans as the villain, is very, very simple. It's
There's just no extra rules. It's just basic Final Girl, essentially.
Yeah, and we completely skipped that. We just went straight into the breadth of Season 2, into this crazy game, and I really like that. Personally, I'm glad I didn't buy the first box.
You think you would not have liked it as much?
I think I would have liked it, but I really just like the thematic element of this alien, this organism. And for me, being, I don't know, seasoned board game
after
player,
playing a lot of board games,
it made sense. It wasn't something that was completely overwhelming. But for someone who is just starting to play some games, maybe want to try it out, would definitely get just the first box. Otherwise, I think it's too overwhelming.
I agree. And then we also got 2 other boxes besides we did end up getting the Hans box, by the way. It's good. It's a good basic game. Then we also got the Blood Carnival Geppetto. It's crazy sauce. And then we also got the wolf one in the
what's it called?
It's not in this room. Anyway, it's the one with the big bad wolf, and they're in like the
Gretel.
the Storytell.
The girl is
land.
named Gretel, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But basically, in both those games, one of them with the one with the carnival, you are going up against basically a puppet master, and the puppets are falling around, but the puppets are deadly and they kill everything and everyone.
So difficult.
It is so frustrating, and it's honestly pretty hard. And then also there's the big bad wolf in this other box, and he's all right. Like, he is probably one of the more basic side of stuff in season 2, from what I've seen. Just because, like, in the first half of the game, he only targets. Well, he tracks, which means he just kind of like comes up to you, but he doesn't kill you per se. He just is following you. But as soon as he gets a little bit of blood in his mouth, he switches to kill mode, and it's like domination. And so, like, it is really fun, and like each box has so many things. But one of the coolest parts is you can mix and match all of the boxes.
I think that's what makes this game very replayable. Mm-hmm. I think you can play each box as many times as you want. If you just want to get one box, get one box. You can play as much as you want. But I really love the aspect of the mix and match, and I think it increases the playability to even a higher extent.
It's true. And what we mean by mix and match means that you can take a villain from one and a location from another and put them together. And you can do it from any box.
Or the final girls. You can also switch those around if you like one specific one from a specific box. And you want to play with her in this specific location with this specific villain.
Do it.
Go for it.
Here's the catch.
There's a catch?
The price. And this is what we've seen that everyone else has complained about, is how much it costs. Because to play the game, period enter, you have to have the core box and a film. And each of them cost $20 or so. Depends on where you get it. And so it ends up being about $40 to $50 just to play it, period. But if you wanted to be able to get more stuff, it's another $20 on top of it, and on top of it, and on top of it, and on top of it.
My argument...
Okay, let's hear it.
...is most games you're going to buy are going to be $30 to $60 anyway.
So to play the game by itself, it's not that bad. It's like a normal game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a normal game. But the fact that there's,
Infinite
9 expansions and more to come, and each of them costing $25, basically.
It is a splurge.
It's a splurge.
But I would say it's worth it.
It's worth.
I like it a lot. I can see myself playing this game for years and years to come.
It is really fun, and the best part about it is you're by yourself. You don't have to have a partner. You don't have to have friends. You don't have to have anybody. You can just pull it out by yourself and play the game. Now, the other thing that I've also noticed with this game is a lot of times with solo games, there's a lot of upkeeping. It's like not on your turn. There's like other stuff you have to be doing around the board to keep it so it's functioning correctly. This game, it doesn't feel like that. It feels like you're just taking the turn for the guy, but you're basically just moving a couple pieces and that's it, and you get back to your hand of stuff. But it feels like your turn never stopped, or you're like having to do this chore to do the...
It feels like you're doing phases in a board game. For example, sometimes there's like the worker phase or the card placement phase. It literally just feels like that, where there's 2 phases in one round, and you just go through until you, the player, win against the villain.
Yeah, it's true. So it's not that bad, and that's what I was trying to get at, is just that I didn't notice it that bad, and it wasn't horrible. Which is awesome, because a lot of times it's horrible in solo games, and it's it's more time than your actual turn. Mm-hmm. But anyway, to kind of wrap it all up, what are your final thoughts on the game?
Final thoughts.
Final girl, final thoughts.
I'm sorry. My final thoughts are you should definitely check out this game, especially if you've been wanting to explore solo gaming a little bit more. I think this is a great, opens the world of solo gaming. At least it does for me. Because
That's
now I want to explore other games where I am the only player. For fun.
Sad
It's okay.
for me, but it's okay. But I do agree, this game is incredible. And if you're looking for a solo game, like she said, get this one. It's really good and it's really great. And they're making more. There's going to be more boxes.
3.
We're excited. We cannot wait for it. It's going to be awesome.
I'm so excited to see like what villains and what locations, because it's so creative, and like some of them like play off like some horror movies, which I think is fun.
It is fun. And some of them are like their own mastermind. It's great. It's greatly fun and awesome.
Incredible, period.
Period enter. But to finish up this video, we like to say thank you guys for watching so much, and for subscribing, and for liking, doing everything you guys do. And one final thing, comment down below if you play the game. Who's your favorite villain to go against? Because we only have 4 boxes. We're looking to get more, so tell us which one's the best. Anyway, leave it down below, and if you guys have any questions, let us also know, and have a great day. Bye!